Hi, welcome to part two of the BRC 1966 reviews. I'm Packbat.
And this is John Jeft. And today we're starting off with my car.
Yep.
Revise. Don't worry, it's just loading slowly because it's atrociously ugly again and breaking the monitor.
Oh, don't say that. I mean, okay, I understand why you're saying that because you're trying to get everybody. See,
And I'm
see,
also
that looks fine.
and I'm also making fun of my old car, which was
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
ugly
like,
enough to break the road in front of it.
you managed to dodge the bullet this year.
Yes.
Yeah, that is pretty classy.
Mm-hmm. It's a pretty standard looking muscle car.
Yeah, but I mean, like the little lights in the grill is cute.
Mm-hmm. Fog light idea. So when it's certain zooms and stuff, I notice it like kind of glitches out sometimes. It doesn't know what's in front, the lights or the grill. And sometimes it puts the grill in front of the lights. Sometimes the lights are in front of the grill. And,
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Like there's a thing that I've been doing. I mentioned it last time that the circular reverse lights inside the square tail lights.
mm-hmm.
And that's just because it always gets the order right on those because of the meshes.
Ah.
Anyway, plus zero quality on the body panels.
Yep.
Fiberglass, that's expensive, actually.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But very
but
light. And I went for low weight, which, in retrospect, considering everyone else's top speed, was kind of stupid.
uh, I I guess we'll see your top speed when we get there. But yeah, I mean, I went for low weight a couple of times in previous competitions and realized that I was just underpowered.
mm-hmm.
So one of the decisions that I made when I was winnowing down my test cars to the one that I was going to submit was I'm not going to be slow. I'll just be like regular slow.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I didn't
yeah,
really use quality anywhere in the body.
right,
And I did not know about how the 4x4 was being modeled.
right. Okay.
So I'm woefully underpowered.
Wow. The 191 is actually not unpowered. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, and this was also squeezing way too much out of a too small i6.
hmm. Let me just look real quick. You're looking at, I'm gonna say 650-ish grams per kilowatt hour at top speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's high, but your fuel consumption isn't particularly high, so
It is in the top 20.
I mean, my rule of thumb is if you use more than 2 kilograms a lap at Silverstone, you're a thirsty car. If you use less than one at Snetterton, you're pretty lean.
Mm-hmm.
And 1.84, 1.25. So you're
That's
in
not
that
too
middle
bad. Yeah,
trish.
that's not too bad.
Right. All forged, smoothness, +8,
Yeah.
smoothness, and reliability.
More for reliability, if you see the reliability up there.
20.5. Yeah. Yeah. Lots of compression, more quality. This is DOHC. So yeah, this is a Revy engine. You were saying that you made it too low displacement.
Yeah, it's too small. To get the power output I needed, it's way too small.
Right.
Because that's about
you
as
might be
high as it
better
can
off
go.
if you'd gone the -15 on the fiberglass, because that would have saved you a ton of money that you could have poured into.
The engine.
It would have saved you a ton of money. It would have made it a lot lighter, which would have made a lot less power required, and then you could pour that money into aero to get the top speed back up.
Yeah.
But aero and transmission. Anyway, 12.5 to 1, so yeah, richer than a lot of people went. But yeah, you're trying to get the power
Yeah.
out of leaders.
I'm squeezing way too much out of a too small of an engine.
I know somebody typed in all the data from the trump cards. I don't know if they did any calculations like power per liter.
I don't know.
That would be interesting to look at.
That would be, because mine might be rather high for power per liter.
Let's see, I think it was Ace Master 25. If you're watching this, we'd totally appreciate it. You'd be doing us a solid.
Yeah, because that'd be an
Add
interesting
that column,
comparison.
do the formula, fill down. That would be great. All right. So waste tubular single. Well, of course it's a single exhaust.
Yeah. There's no choice.
You have
within
mufflers?
mine.
You have mufflers?
Yeah.
Is that just so that people don't notice that you're coming up behind them?
They help. Also, it
bring the
slightly
power
reduces
down a
power.
That's how. Yeah.
And increases the
So you
fuel.
want to go for the flat power curve there, and so you'd rather choke it just a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
The flatter
it's
power
not-
curve.
Yeah.
It's probably one of the more expensive engines, too.
Let's see, 129.6. I got 3,600.
No, so it's not.
That's on the upper end, but still in the mid-range for price.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
The joys of an
It's
inline.
not a cheap engine, but
No.
not super expensive.
The joys of inline.
Hmm. Okay.
Plus 6 quality on the transmission.
Automatic locker. Looks nice.
Mm-hmm. Decent optimal power curve.
Weird spike here, and I don't know why.
Yeah, I'm not sure why it's there either.
I think it's a glitchy thing. It might go away when we get the Unreal update.
No, that's... once the Unreal update is gone, yeah. But that's been there consistently.
Yeah. I think it's some kind of subtle bug. So you're going with semi-slicks. You got the 225s, 11-inch. Okay.
I somehow got to... I'm not sure if 11 inch is larger or smaller than usual.
I think some people had 12-inch. I don't know. Anyway. It might be there was room for more wheel under there, and they were able to squeeze it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think some people had 12-inch, because you're stuck here with 195s.
Yeah.
Like, wheel diameter might be able to go up. Anyway.
No, it couldn't.
Oh, okay.
Not keeping the 225s.
Okay, maybe... so, doesn't matter. All right. So, I like the braking setup. It's nice and proper. And it's actually pretty well balanced, as well as being not a huge amount of excess braking, so you're not getting a lot of tire wear from that.
I actually don't have that much tire wear.
Right. Let me look at that.
Despite using racing slicks, I don't get that much tire wear with this car.
Yeah, you're toward the middle of the tire wear. Oh, okay. So top speed, you have some issues.
That's glitched.
Huh. Maybe something happened to a fixture?
Could be.
Okay, well, we won't sweat the exact numbers too much.
Yeah, my top speed is rather low.
I remember from the spreadsheet, the average top speed is 225. So, yeah, you've got a 15 kilometer an hour deficit relative to the field.
Yeah.
And only +4 quality on the aero.
Yeah, and I don't know why the cooling airflow is so low.
I don't know either.
Because I always balance it out for the required.
Yeah.
And then odd steering characteristic there.
Yeah. So that's going to cost you in the high-speed circle. Only -6 on the interior?
Yeah, I found that I actually got better speeds at -6 as opposed to -15. It didn't save me that much money in comparison, so I was like, okay, whatever.
Okay. Yeah, maybe next time, just like, if you had -15 aluminum, that would bring the weight up a bit. I don't know.
Yeah.
Things to experiment with.
Yeah.
Lots of things there are there. Here at low speed, you have very tight handling characteristics.
Of course, I'm not to where people can see that yet. I'm in the suspension.
And minus 1.6, so that's tame camera. Explains the...
very low wear.
I mean, I'm not going to say very low wear. I'm going to say a lowish.
Yeah.
Like, there are some people who have absurdly low wear.
Yeah. And are they using Road Sport or...
Okay, so Nerd is using medium compound, if I recall correctly.
Ah.
But, no, I mean, I think there's a couple people using Sport, and then there's some people who have super light cars and little camber. I mean, low wear at Silverstone is like in the 4%-ish range, and there are a few people down there. And you're at 5.6-ish, so
which is really good.
Yeah, I mean substantially better than mine. Like I'm sitting here with 6.3% tire wear per lap over 10 laps at Silverstone. So yeah.
Oh, -1 quality on the suspension.
Yeah. I mean, if it doesn't cost you time, then it saves you money.
It gave me time.
Yeah, then it saves you money and gives you time. That's win-win.
There's some weird things with my suspensions when...
I don't know how exactly suspension quality interacts with grip.
Yeah. I've actually had a -3 suspension quality in another car increase the speed.
In my experience, the minuses haven't increased the speed for me, so I haven't been doing them, but, like, the pluses haven't increased the speed either, so I haven't been doing them.
Yeah.
It's very good for the... Like, that's a significant thing for the campaign, but it's not so much here.
No.
Right. And, yeah, you lose grip at top speed because the driver has to lay off or the tail goes around.
Yeah, I don't have enough camber. Well, the remake of this car that I did...
error, I think.
Yeah, the work I did with this car before the submission date was due, but I was too busy with the insurance inspection to actually submit it, got the high-speed cornering to like 1.1 G? Or not 1.1, but 1.01 G.
Yeah, that would have helped.
Yeah, that would have helped. But didn't have time to submit, so this is what ended up going in.
Right. I mean, yeah, that happens.
Yep. Granted, if we got a low speed, lots of corners track, hooray.
Yeah, yeah.
1.15 is going to be hard to beat.
Yeah, that's one of the highest I've seen.
And this thing only does... 222.46.
Okay, it's not bad.
It's not bad. The other one I got down to, I think, an even 221.
That's good.
So there's a 1.5 seconds, roughly.
Yeah. I mean, mine was in the high 221s, I think. Like, the automation test track is great, but it's not perfectly representative.
No.
There's a certain amount of... And also, I think there might still be subtle differences between automation's formula and their buyer's formula.
Not many.
Not many, because automation... I keep forgetting the name of the company that makes automation. They got a formula from their buyer.
Yeah. Let's see. We're all going to sound like idiots when I look up what the automation car game, who makes it. Against steam powered. And...
Automation.
Whoa! Okay.
I didn't know there was a new trailer.
There is. There's a new trailer.
Camshaft software. There it is.
Camshaft software. That is a loud trailer when you're not expecting it.
Yep. Okay.
So everyone, take a look at the new trailer on the Steam page, now that we know it exists. Okay, Pesky Boys.
I don't know why I threw a thumbs up. I'm not on video. Oh, that's an interesting design, and I like the front is nice and subtle and classic. Nice. But like, look at the rear.
Ooh.
That is interesting.
Yeah. Big red lights so people know that you're stopping and hopefully don't rear end you.
Yeah.
Might be useful in the race considering the number of car wrecks we've had.
Yeah. And maybe they can simplify the electronics, just have like one pair of lights light up when it's just running lights and the other pair light up when it's braking.
Yeah.
Alright, so minus 15 body panels. Fiberglass. So this is
also
super Laguna.
Yep. Zero
Pretty
quality.
standard double wishbone monocop. No quality here.
Okay, it froze for a second.
Rear-wheel drive.
Yep.
Yeah, automation does that. Nice British racing green.
Oh, this engine's low power too.
Yeah, it looks like you're about the same weight.
Yeah.
And smaller than yours. V8, aluminum, DOHC, 4-valve.
It's easier to get that power, though, out of a V8.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I noticed. Like, I was originally going to do a V6 in my car, but my car's pretty heavy. So I had to push it up to V8 just so that the cylinders would be small enough that they could do it.
Yeah. You can do it with a large engine. You just
a lot of extra revs if you have smaller cylinders.
Yeah. And that's what he did. He went for V8, slightly smaller, and he can rev higher than mine. And look at the reliability still. Good, much better, and everything's yellow at worst.
And, let's see, about halfway, so...
Cast, and forged. About as fuel efficient
like
as my car, too.
500-ish? There?
Yeah.
It's a lean...
Yeah, it's 500, because 600 is up there.
Yeah. It's a leanish engine, and it's running pretty good fuel economy. Like I was saying, less than 1 kilogram per lap at Snedgerton is efficient. 0.83.
Nice.
Yeah. And a 48 kilo tank, so it's got pretty good range.
Hmm.
I don't think it's a one tank racer, but that's something that I made up a spreadsheet to check.
That'd be interesting if someone managed to do a one-tank racer.
A few people have for some tracks. Like, I did that spreadsheet to calculate lap pit strategy for Knock Hill.
Yeah?
And there were a few people who their standard tank range was the whole race.
That's pretty good.
They weren't running in the top pack, though. They were mid-pack racers.
Yeah.
And nerd.
And nerd. Whose car is Nerd again? Do we have his car?
We have his car. Nerd submitted the Rado Kamut BRC. That is the car that had the top, that's been setting top speeds in the 130 kilometer per hour range instead of the 200 kilometer per hour range.
Ah, so he's the communist car.
That is the communist safety car. The sweeper. If you finish ahead of Nerd, then you finish the race, so to speak. Technically, Leo didn't finish the race, but still finished ahead of Nerd. Because Nerd was 18 minutes behind the leaders at the end of the race. Yeah. Anyway, so +5 here.
Yep, and then middling compression towards the high. Definitely a race cam. Wait, one day we'll get injectors.
It'll be interesting to walk. I'm looking.
I wonder how many people use the mechanical injectors. Those things are freaking expensive.
They're a bit expensive, but they're pretty cool. I don't know. I'd definitely be tempted. I'd definitely try it out when it becomes available.
Yeah.
4-barrel carburetors, so that helps the fuel economy. Plus 5 also helps the fuel economy there.
And
Perfect
twin.
eutectic fuel mixture, 14.7.
That's very lean.
Yep.
Not completely lean, but very lean. And look at that ignition timing.
That's very advanced.
Yeah.
Doesn't have much over rev, so might lose some on the upshift. But 27.6 reliability, I can see why Pesky Boys didn't push it farther.
Single exhaust to the V8 and tubular.
Yeah, I imagine that the engine calculations update, when they're putting in the Chrysler Ram theory and so forth, will change how single and dual exhausts affect the performance. Like right now, single exhaust is just, you can get all the exhaust gases out with less weight of metal. And so that's why people do it. But, like, yeah. It might be in the future that you want dual exhausts just to make sure that the exhaust resonances are good.
Yeah. I think, yeah, because next version has exhaust resonances.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember, I watched that hour-long video that Kilrob made twice.
Oh, I only watched it once. That was a lot of math.
Yeah, but, like...
That was a heck of a spreadsheet.
I'm that jazzed about the new update. Like I can't wait.
Good. And
well, I can wait, obviously, because I have to. But
yeah, you're gonna have to. You can't just you don't have some sort of wishing stone or something. There's just update done. Then you just wish for the game to be done.
If somebody gave me $1 million to hire people to expedite the port to Unreal Engine for camshaft software, I wouldn't be offended.
I do think the lack of a follow-through on that engine, though, is a bit of a weakness.
I mean, it's gonna, they have to rewrite tons of stuff, so it's gonna take a while.
Oh, yeah. I wonder how much, oh, well. Let's see here.
Yeah, you can see the loss of speed from, oh, wait, I forgot to check what the engine cost. Could you go back real quick?
And now the size has changed.
Yeah. Okay. I'm getting 2,800.
Wow.
So, not super expensive.
No.
That's... I had like rules of thumb written down. Oh, 2,800. Yeah, that's cheap.
Yeah.
That's a cheap engine. So plus 9
V8,
quality
that's
over
very
here.
cheap.
Obviously, other plus quality elsewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, the fiberglass is expensive though, even at minus 15.
Yeah. At 0, it's really expensive.
Yeah.
Plus 9 quality on the transmission.
Last I checked, just random trivia. Fiberglass didn't become any lighter from minus 10 to minus 15. It just became cheaper and worse. So, trivia.
Top speed 224, so he must have his aerodynamics done, and then plus 9 for the transmission quality.
Yeah. 225, got the 12s in there.
Yeah, he's got the 12s. I couldn't do that. I don't think I lost braking for it, though. And he's using minus 4.
I guess with the larger rotors, enough pistons, and I guess that saves a little bit of money and brings the braking performance back down to the limit of the tires, but that is a weird choice.
Yeah, I actually think it's halfway decent.
Yeah. It's weird, though.
Yeah. Unusual. Something different with this car than the others.
Yeah. Still running in the mid-pack, but it's an interesting choice.
Yep. He's got
23
some
downforces,
downforce.
and
His cooling isn't broken.
cooling not broken.
Not much in the way of brake cooling, though.
It looks like brake cooling is just to push the cooling airflow down to the standard cooling, not so much to cool the brakes.
Yeah, I use it to actually cool the brakes and get rid of brake fade.
Yeah,
Or
I would love to see their buyer incorporate like brake fade calculations where, as the race goes on, it keeps track of rotor temperatures, and so the brakes start out 100% effective and then drop, they tail off during the race. But that's a lot of work.
Yeah. It does change the stats of your braking, I think, in terms of making it more drivable or sportiness, but it appears to that I've been wasting my time again.
I think it only affects the drivability and sportiness through the brake fade, actually, because that affects drivability and sportiness.
Well, no, it does. It does affect the
See a comfort
drivability and
effect here,
sportiness.
so that's weird.
Yeah, but it does affect the drivability and sportiness outright.
Yeah.
In terms of the game, and that's something that does get sent off to Der Buyer.
Yeah.
So I don't think I've been wasting my time.
Right. It's 3.1, right?
Yeah. Wow, that glitched. 3.9. There we go.
Okay. Yeah, that looks right. Okay.
Yeah. So, since these are hard stats that get sent directly to Der Buyer there with the drivability and sportiness, I have not been wasting my time. Hooray!
Yeah, it does have an effect. Minus
Minus 14 for the interior.
Not 15.
Not 15, just 14.
And standard 60 safety with a +1, so yeah, decent safety, 25. Use the progressive springs. Got a good steering curve at both low speed and high speed, and pretty tame camber.
Yep. Is a sneeze.
Yeah, very similar brake tire wear to you.
Yeah.
5.5, 5.6 at Silverstone. But an extra 9 kilometers an hour.
Yeah. So did he finish ahead of me? I'm pretty sure he did.
Yeah. It looks like. Okay, finished ahead of you at Silverstone. Finished behind at Snetterton.
Ah.
You were 36th and 28th at Silverstone, 24th and 25th at Snetterton. And at the automation test track,
We
roll
have
these.
I can't do it.
All right.
2:21.75.
Finishes ahead.
Yep.
Not most of that time is in sector 2, obviously. But high-speed cornering probably gives a little bit from the sweepers in section 1 and 3.
Yeah, he gets better time in all sectors than me.
Yeah, although he probably loses a little bit in the very technical sections because only 1.1 at the small circle. 1.11.
Next
Anyway.
car is
Yeah.
8BS. This is
8BS. Okay.
really high sportiness for him. Ah, is he using the rear engine? Yes.
Ooh. Is this rear engine or mid engine?
That's rear.
This is the mid engine car.
This is the mid?
Yeah, you can see if you look at the rear axle, it's in front of the rear axle between the rear and front axles. That's the definition of mid engine. Rear engine is behind or on top of the rear axle. Front engine is on top of the front axle.
Okay. I was kind of confused because I was expecting mid engine to be here.
I remember thinking of it like that, and I was like, wait, the engine's all the way in the back. Why is it called mid engine? But that's the technical definition.
Ah. What? Why is the exhaust up there?
And 3 of them.
Yeah. That'd be interesting to have a 3 exhaust option for a V12 or a 4
Deal
exhaust.
with the tail lights. They seem to just be mock-outs. They don't seem to have any glass in them. You see, the car is just exactly the same color as the tail lights, so it looks like they've got nothing in them.
Yeah. It's stoplight red. Stoplight red. Maybe it's that color to confuse the other drivers. Oh, there's a stoplight. Quick, stop and slow down.
Yeah. I like the shape of this body.
It is nice.
Yeah. Trying to remember what car it reminds me of. Like Miura, I want to say? Anyway.
Minus 15 quality. Plus 3 quality.
So another super lightweight. Mid-transverse, double wishbones, front rear. Minus 15 on the fixtures. So that's going to cost some reliability. Save some money, but cost some reliability.
Yep. And transverse.
And obviously, it's a rear-wheel drive car. Can't be anything else. If it's...
Yeah, that'd be weird having a rear-drive engine with front-wheel drive.
I mean, there is such a thing as front mid-engine, but it's not implemented in the game.
Hmm.
And I think people usually just call it front engine because, like, the engine's right next to the front axle. And anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's heavier than y'all's cars because we're looking at 236 here.
What did you use for body
the
panels?
V6. Very nice.
What do you use for body panels? Yeah, fiberglass.
Oh, plus 3 quality on the chassis. That's interesting.
Now I'm bouncing around. Great.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it is plus 3. What is that? Better sportiness, better comfort, prestige, better safety.
I mean, it boosts a ton of stats, but it's very expensive and it adds weight. So
yeah.
Anyway,
that's still really heavy for. He's got a heavy car for a fiberglass body.
Yeah, but that plus 3 in the chassis probably adds to the weight.
Yeah.
So we're looking at high revving 2.6 liter V6.
Yep.
V6 is the lightest per displacement, so that's very good in a mid-engine car.
Forged
all
everything.
Forged. Plus quality, lots of compression, plus quality.
Yep, plus 5, compression, high cam.
Yeah, I mean 66, but it's like the engine isn't that tiny.
Yeah.
Triple decos, tons of quality on the decos, and race intakes. So yeah, reliability is down at 25, but this is...
Which is more than I would have expected for race intakes.
Yeah, this is one heck of a built engine. And not great, not a super lean fuel mixture. Yeah, the race intakes help a lot in this case.
Yeah, for speed. Not speed, but power.
We're looking at only, what, like 450-500 at the... Yeah, this is almost a high fuel efficiency car in spite of these decos and this 13.6. Just there's so much quality all over the place that the losses in the engine are just very low.
Yeah.
Race tubes.
Single exhaust.
Single
exhaust. With 3 exhausts out the back.
One going to 3 pipes.
Yes.
Because reasons. All right.
Because he can.
And -1 quality, I guess, needed a few bucks somewhere, and this didn't cost much.
Well, again, so sometimes the quality in the exhaust can be kind of wonky, and -1 will sometimes improve your timings.
Sure. Okay. All right. So, we're looking at 3,600. So it's not actually an expensive engine either.
Expensive, yeah. Lots of quality, and it's still not that expensive.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
Okay. I like the follow-through on the power, but that's kind of a little bit more of a peaky power curve.
It It is, but like I don't know. I feel like I have to defend it because mine is too. So +6 quality.
Yep, +6 quality on the transmission. Not much burnout.
That's a big advantage of a mid and rear engine cars. There's so much weight on the rear axle
That they don't
that it
burn out.
has an infinite amount of grip back there. Not infinite, but tons of grip.
Yeah. At the
And
sacrifice of drivability.
well, look at the stagger.
Yeah.
No, I'm not talking about the offset. I'm talking about the tire widths. 185s in the front.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just to get that proper handling performance. Went with steel rims.
14-inch rims. I don't see how people are managing to get 14-inch and you still get 225s, because I couldn't do that with any car.
I guess this has big wheel wells. I mean, look, it's 26.7 inches of wheel diameter.
True.
So,
I didn't mess with wheel diameter. Meh.
yeah, you want to increase wheel diameter as much as possible and start there. Bring it back down once you found what the biggest rim is you can get.
Yeah. Oh. Well, he actually has a reason to put 2 pistons in those back brakes, because the weight's there.
Yeah. Probably excess braking.
Yeah.
Like, maybe should have just gone with smaller wheels and smaller disc rotors or something, but yeah, plenty of brakes. I don't know. I mean, 45-44 seems intentional, but I imagine the performance was probably better with less pad in the rear. But yeah, I don't know. It's fun.
Yeah.
Only
No
+4 quality on the aero. Tons of brake airflow for reduced.
Yeah.
Maybe
the cooling is undercooled.
Might be bugged. That looks like it's undercooled.
Yeah.
I mean, we could look at the cards and see.
We could. It could be bugged out again because mine was undercooled and it shouldn't have been.
Yeah, that seems to happen. 42 downforces, so lots of people doing the semi-clad trick.
Mm-hmm. I went for 100% downforce.
Yeah, I bounced around. 100 wasn't the fastest for me, so I ended up doing something intermediate.
Okay, the box popped up and then disappeared again.
-15. No power steering is an interesting choice. No safety.
I didn't do power steering either.
I like power
steering. Like 50-50 on the power steering.
I mean, I can see why you would exclude it. It's pricey and it's weight, but like, you get a boost to drivability and a drop to sportiness, which is a double win in the BRC.
Yeah.
Anyway, none safety, -2 quality.
It only cost 40.
That's material costs. There's a lot of production costs too. It's gonna be near the limit.
Yeah. +2 suspension quality.
Standard springs, gas monotube.
Cambers up
Pretty
there.
significant camber. Yeah, APS is one of the people who eats tires. Not hugely, but eats tires.
Eats tires for breakfast.
Yeah, relatively lean fuel consumption, but eats tires.
As low a ride suspension height as you can get.
Yeah. This is a car that bottoms out.
It's still only -4.2.
Yeah.
Because this body seems to have a rather high ride height anyway at 8.5. I'm going to assume that's inches. But it could...
It says inches.
It does. That's just a quotation mark to me and means nothing.
No, it says millimeters on mine.
Ah.
Yeah, see, 8463. A lot of production units. Yeah.
Actually, let me check something. Put that on there, and that would have put him over.
Yeah.
I just had to
say. It costs money. You have to give up something somewhere else.
Yeah.
So...
That's really low reliability.
Yeah, it cost him at Snetterton. I mean, it doesn't always cost you. Like, there's a lot of luck involved, but he had a driver error. He was in 14th, had a driver error, and wrecked out.
Ouch.
A lot of people wrecked out at Snetterton. Like, Nerd finished 50th.
Yeah. That was just a demolition derby of races.
Yeah. Especially, who was it that, like, 3 people crashed into them
God.
while they were stopped in the middle of the road?
The guy that should have had like 600 or 700 damage to his car.
Well, they didn't do much damage.
Oh, he got
Big wreck
100%
that took
more than
down.
once. And the initial wreck was like 200 or something.
Yeah. All right. So 1.07, 1.00. I think I can I see the high. Oh, after you're done.
Yeah, high speed's right there.
No. Oh, 250. That's very good.
Yeah.
But I was going to ask to see the high speed cornering curve.
Oh.
But after this.
221.18.
Yeah, saved a whole lot of time in Sector 2, because 250.
Interestingly, didn't save any time in Sector 3.
Yeah, I mean, this is a high-speed car for high-speed tracks.
Yep.
Can I...
Where is the... Here.
The arrows tab.
Arrow.
Okay, so the car more front lift than rear lift or something, so tends to get very understeery at high speed, but very controllable. So
Yeah.
that's how it kept it cornering.
Good car all around.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Except for safety.
it's 40, 50 for up for lift, but it's 33, 67 for weight distribution, so that's understeery.
Yeah. Sandbox. Next we have...
Matty,
Maddie.
with an I.
With an I? Oops.
With an I.
Again, like I mentioned in the first video, there's... by all odds, I'm probably going to misspell your name. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay, this is the other mid-engine car, or another mid-engine car, like the Le Mans car. Pretty. I like this body a ton.
Of course, what you could do to increase the steering is just put a bunch of bricks in the front. Add some weight.
The game doesn't implement ballast yet.
Yeah, I know. That'd be funny.
Would be nice.
Just throw some cinder blocks in there. Or
Well,
cement. Just pour cement into the front trunk.
Or put the gas tank in there and then just, by the end of the race you're praying because you've got no weight up there.
No weight and a gas tank full of gas fumes. So you're praying you don't crash into anyone.
Probably not leaking unless you're in a collision.
You're good. You're good until
quality.
you hit something. Minus 15 quality.
Fiberglass. So another lightweight car.
Yep.
McPherson struts in the front. Seems like an odd decision to me, but, if you're going to do it, you can do it.
Yeah. 0 quality.
And, yeah, I mean, I guess you don't need front grip as much as you need rear grip. So instead of having narrow front tires, you could just have crappy suspension.
Yeah. Here we have...
I wonder if your buyer takes into account changes in camber during suspension travel when calculating tire wear. I'm guessing he doesn't.
That would be a lot of work.
Yeah. I mean, that's the problem with doing any kind of simulation, is people come up with more things that you could simulate.
Yeah.
And they're like, why aren't you simulating this? And the answer is that was a lot of work and it doesn't give you much benefit.
Yeah. I'm not sure how much calculating that tire wear would help, but I don't know. Yeah, it seems like the
Stupid flared wheel arches. I don't remember who it was that said that they flared them out because it increases the, in-game footprint and therefore tank size.
Minus 15 quality.
Yeah.
Transverse rear-wheel drive. We got ourselves a flat plane V8.
Yeah. 3.7 liter. That's fairly large, actually. But not pushing it
No,
very much at all.
and that's still a very nice power curve.
Yeah. Direct acting overhead cam. So that's cool. All right. All forged.
Forged.
With
Plus
the Speedlight
3.
forged internals.
Plus 9.
Yeah. I mean, it's a cheaper valve train, so you can put more quality into it. I say, having seen people with DOH C4 valve put tons of quality into it. 10.5 compressions, 36 cam profile. So it's actually not revving all that high.
No. It's only 5,800 at peak power.
Yeah. This is 4-barrel
twin. Plus
Yeah.
8.
Okay, look. 13.8, so not super lean. Looks like it's actually pretty close to 650 for the fuel at power. And yeah, so edging towards the high end of fuel consumption.
Yeah. And he'll be
It's not-
consuming way up there at top speed.
Yeah. I mean, it's a light car, and it's not got a ton of power, but it's not a lean engine.
No. Race tubular single and no mufflers. Plus 3.
I'm just thinking about it. Like, if I were Matty, I probably would have, like, with as much displacement as this engine has, I probably would have backed off the compression, pushed up the fuel, pushed up the cam profile a bit, and spent a little bit more money on the bottom end to get higher res out of it, and then had the fuel mixture 15 and made this a lean machine. But I mean, that's what I did with my car, and I mean, people use different strategies. So
Yeah.
31.6 reliability, and let me check the price.
Whee.
3,300. So
mid range. Oh,
cheapish.
Yeah. Nice power band for the transmission, though.
Yep. Yeah,
Open lock.
that probably cost you some time, but
Definitely cost them some tire spin.
yeah, but the tire spin, I don't know. I think that having the automatic locker helps even at higher speeds somehow. Anyway, so open diff, I mean, I can see why you would use an open diff in this case. You have all that weight at the rear. It's not super necessary
Yeah.
to have a limited slip diff.
He's still getting a 4.80 to 100 time without it. Without the
Yeah,
automatic lock.
I mean, rear engine and mid engine cars have ludicrous 0 to
Acceleration.
60 times in automation because all that power is at the rear.
Yeah.
All that weight's at the rear for all that power and the tires.
Well, there's plus 10 quality on the
Yeah,
transmission.
so lots of very good quality there.
14
I'm
inch rims.
sorry, I need a moment. 165
Yeah.
millimeters.
And 14 inch rims is still 225.
And magnesium, but I mean, that is so much stagger. I guess, I mean, this is a super light car, and it's a super heavy engine. I mean, we're looking at a 3.7 liter V8
Yeah.
in the tail of a car that weighs 800 something kilos. So the weight distribution, yeah, let's see the weight distribution real quick.
It's like 850. And 68% rear.
Yeah. So, yeah.
He's only using
Yeah,
one piston on both brakes.
Yeah, but doesn't need the second piston.
No.
It is semi-slicks, right? Right.
Yes.
Okay.
-3 quality on the brakes.
Yeah. Well, big brake rotors
Yeah.
and lots of pad, so one piston is probably sufficient.
And then aerodynamics +7 quality. Cooling is enough with barely any brake cooling and no
Well, the
downforce.
brakes have barely any fade.
Yeah, because the size of them.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, huge brake rotors means
Not much brake fade.
yeah, and not much braking power. I mean, what's the braking distance?
113. Well,
Okay, so it's not that super long braking distance, but it's such a light car that you got huge brake rotors and they're not dissipating as much energy as they would be on a heavier car.
yeah.
All right. So it looks like we have a lot of understeer at high speed as expected.
For how a light front end and heavy engine back there, and
Well, I mean, it's the Aero tends to have comparable lift front and rear, and this car is very
light
rear
up front.
heavy, so 40 kilograms of lift at the front is going to be a lot more than 50 at the rear.
Yeah.
Just to use the numbers from last time. All right. So interior, -15, -15, no power steering, -15. It's another car with no power steering.
Yep. It's a car that no one's gonna buy.
Well, that's because the safety is 0.0.
Yeah.
This is a death trap. Although Maddie's been lucky so far, not had any fatal collisions.
But I could. Driver error on his part or the part of someone else that hits him, he's kind of finished.
Yeah, probably.
No
I mean,
power steering.
it's a gamble, and sometimes it pays off.
Yep. No power steering.
Yeah.
Standard
Very
twin
okay.
tube and passive. You did say crappy suspension.
Yeah, it's not super low tire wear, but it's not high tire wear either. It's at the low end of the range, toward the low end of the range.
Mm-hmm. Decent handling curve, though.
Yeah, very drivable.
And camber isn't that high.
Or should be. Yeah, yeah. Tire wear is still something. I think just because you have such small front wheels and you have a lot of understeer at low speed and high speed, like you're still scrubbing off the tires, and with the open diff, you're still spinning up those rear wheels.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And +2 quality on the suspension.
yeah.
Zero safety.
But very aerodynamic cars to 240 top speed, even with a light car.
Yeah.
And 1.01 Gs at low and high speed.
It handles pretty well.
Yeah, I mean it's decent. It's a high speed car. Okay, it's better than decent.
Yeah.
I mean, I shouldn't be surprised. Second place is Snetterton, and 18th place at Silverstone.
And here's the dumb thing, too. I'm not sure how, but that front-wheel drive test car I made is also 220.
I mean,
We'll get to
like,
those. But
putting the engine right next to the powered wheels isn't always a bad idea.
no. Works very well. He gets good times in every single sector of the track.
Yeah.
And I think that's it. The next recording will be whenever I can get time to do it.
Yeah, I apologize for... We were going to do one on Monday, but I thought it was in the afternoon, and it was in the morning, so...
Yeah, and I've got classes in the afternoon. I've got classes today starting at 1, and I get home at, 1 p.m. I get home at 9 p.m.
Whew.
Yeah.
Yeah, so... Okay.
And...
I'm going to I should probably let you go.
yeah, well, we got Yeah, I should probably get going because I still need to take a shower to get to
Right,
class and
so-
make some phone calls for the inspection work.
Mm.
Which was fun because Monday, when you thought we were inspecting the afternoon, I had to go to where the frick was I going? Paper. Windsor, Vermont. Through freezing rain.
Ugh.
In a 3-hour drive.
Ugh.
One way, 3 hours out, 3 hours back. And it's like, I'm going down this highway in Vermont, and there were cars in every ditch, in every tree, in every guardrail, and I'm driving through Vermont going, the hell's wrong with you people? This is Vermont. You get freezing rain and snow every year. If it was Georgia, I could understand why everyone's crashed. But it's Vermont. It's like, what the heck, guys? They're just driving, careening off the road everywhere. And I was going down the highway doing like 70 miles an hour in freezing rain going, why are you off the road? I guess, but not a single car that was off the road was a Subaru.
Yeah, I mean, like, true facts, if I were a super spy, I would probably have a Subaru Outback. Legacy Outback.
Yeah, those do good.
Yeah, I mean, it's a solid car, it's good power, good performance, and it's such a, like, middle-class family wagon popular car that it would be completely unnoticeable.
Yeah. They're also insanely reliable. We're not being paid by Subaru, by the way, everyone, so shut up. But I've had 4 Subarus. The Outback sucks balls. It's just fucking atrocious. And the Legacies are great. My first car has 350,000 miles on it. Doesn't go anywhere. And the one I'm currently driving has about 250,000. And I need to do an oil change. It's 10,000 miles overdue.
But yeah, you've been so busy.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of which,
And they just keep going.
Wrap this up.
My timer's gone up, so see you, everybody. Hopefully recording Friday morning. Hopefully. That's my plan, is to record Friday morning. This may not be out until Saturday anyway. Not that you'll care, because you won't know about this possibly not being out until Saturday, until possibly Saturday. So
Possibly Sunday, because if the race is on Saturday and this doesn't get out before it, then you might not be watching this.
Yeah. I'll try to have it out for Tuesday.
Apologies for not knowing what happens at Knock Hill, and we'll catch you later.
Yep. See ya.